Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for a very interesting Minecraft video this time. I was kind of pondering, if you set certain things up, which you could do in survival this way, might I add. I mean, with some additional Frostwalker boots, you could easily stop the beams of those guardians that are menacing around here from getting to you, as I've kind of shown before. Nerds running to an ocean monument with ice is awesome. But at the same time, I was kind of pondering, now that we have certain new dynamics with the Update Aquatic, can you just brute force your way through it? I mean, it was kind of the thing it was originally designed not to let you do. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, you can just brute force through it now. And what I mean is by using the fastest stuff with haste 2 from a beacon, and it's not showing it right now, but I do have the Conduit of Power effect active because I have an active conduit underneath this fully powered beacon. Can you just power your way through? I mean, with enough speed, and oh, might I add, my helmet does in fact have Aqua Affinity. So all this stuff together, will my mining speed finally be enough to just rip through and just ignore the curses? Because I will be cursed as soon as I get into survival. And that's what I've got to test. I've got to see, can you do this in survival now? I mean, the Update Aquatic is all about exploring the ocean and stuff, but the thing is, historically, it used to be partially about the gold in the ocean monument, not just about the sponges and the mini-boss fights. Because it used to be that those 8 blocks of gold would give you an enchanted golden apple, but you can't do that in vanilla anymore, so the whole rock, paper, scissors aspect of doing bosses and mini-bosses against each other in vanilla is kind of leaving the ocean monuments out. But with this, there's also the new idea of, well, if it doesn't matter as much on that respect, can you just smash your way through and take out the mini-bosses and get all the sponge? So, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Okay. And might I add, don't worry about anything having to do with water breathing, because in addition to my awesome helmet, I got it handled due to the conduit power effect of the conduit. So yeah, I'm good. And now I'll have to move. Okay. Because as soon as I do this, they are going to be after me very fast, and I only have certain ways I can move. Okay. Why can't I hit that one there? That helps. Hey, God. Yep. By the way, you can eat these a little faster than anything else in vanilla. Fun fact! So, dried kelp actually help. Point blank range. Still good with the sword. Okay, so I am here. Where did the other one go? That's what I need to know. I have conduit power, but at the same time, if I have, oh yeah, its stuff is floating up, so I need to go along the top to get my items. Yeah, that's a new thing that I'll have to think about whenever I'm doing this again in the future. Okay. You can just eat those up as bonus food. Does he see me? He sees me, but is it in time for him? Come on, I got. Wow, that is really, really effective. It really, really does make this just a dream come true in terms of rating one of these. Oh my gosh, that place is... Okay, time to see how well this strategy works, because I'm gonna need to come in there really fast, so... Wait, I gotta line this up first. Okay, I'm going to need to smash through this wall and avoid that guy. Even with all this, and might I add, this is a really fast pick because this is a gold pick with full efficiency, that's still kind of slow. I mean, I am cursed. This stuff isn't exactly sluggish, you know. See, I still have paste and stuff. Equilibrated, so, I mean, it would work if you're not being specifically targeted. That's something that they could easily do, is interrupt your mining. So, it's better than before, but... I mean, I wouldn't really swap out my strategy I used in Solitary Craft Plus, Season 2 on this. Whenever I actually, like, exchange the blocks using a one of equal, a one focus of equal trade, and literally just turn them into slime blocks and just smacked right through them. Because slime blocks, and you may notice a few that I've got, they have a special property. Even underwater, they can always be insta-mined. Yeah, even under the effect of the curse. In other words, oh, really? Aha, I got your beam out of my way before you really got to me. Okay, so you can get through a wall, it's just a little different. But yeah, quick demonstration. Yeah, even with Mining Fatigue 3, that is instant, so totally a thing. Missed that time. He knows I'm sniping him. There is a slight current here. It seems you can two-shot them with full impaler. However, massive group events are another story entirely. Remember, block the beam with other blocks, if you can. Nailed you. Just looks so much more brutal in a way because you're hitting them in the eye a good portion of the time because they're always... Okay, where was that one coming from? I know there was one that hit me. Was that a delay from the Thorns effect? It might be a delay. Unless there's one attacking me from above that I am just not seeing. But yeah, you can kind of do it this way. It does go through walls when it's returning to you. That's nice to know. Especially when they can't shoot through walls. You know, that's something no modded item has ever done, because usually whenever you do... Oh, you're the one who's been doing that. See, that explains things. But yes, I was saying no modded item has ever had it where if it had a return path that it would go through walls to get back to you. It's like it just always gets stuck, and then that's going, oh, I need to pick up my boomerang or whatever. Usually boomerang. It's very popular for a return to you type item. But there have been variations like chakram in the past. This is a polearm, so the fact that you've got a magically returning trident is like so D&D. I mean, I seriously feel like I have like a +5 returning trident right now. With enhanced throwing as well. So would that be like distance enchantment? Oh boy. I just want to find where the boss is, thank you very much. Show me where the Elder Guardians are. Of course, to be perfectly fair, I'm also here for trying to actually grab the treasure underwater. The old school treasure, the gold. Well, admittedly, I am after sponge. Oh, it jostled me a bit. This room is the most loaded room for Guardians I have ever seen. But yeah, this looks so much more painful to them since you're basically always hitting them in the eye because they always look right at you. It's like part of how Guardians function. And now I'm just going into a bunch of floating items. Whee! New swimming in first person. I really should swap this out for fish being one of my main things, because they will get to me. Oh! Who snuck up on me? I felt that. But I can get free food this way. So I'm not complaining on that part. It looks like you can, in fact, totally spear them by the time that they actually shoot. If you two-shot them just right, with full impaler. Or otherwise, for that matter. Well, it has to be full impaler because that's what I've got. It's impaler 5. I'm not worried about that particular curse right now because I am very specifically trying to test out if I can overwhelm it. Oh, I did get out of his beam path. Safe zone. Okay. I can have my fish in peace now, thank you very much. Okay, here's the thing. If I get through this, I will have achieved, well, actually, what I was about to seemingly say is actually also about right. Kind of a funny thought, because for some odd reason, my lips were about to say I was going to a cheese, and I am kind of cheesing it. So that's actually kind of appropriate. But I was really trying to say going to achieve it, because right there's the block of gold. And here's my iron pick that's probably big enough to just get through this regardless, because, hey, there's going to be nobody interfering with me. Iron pulls out gold, and even under the effects of the curse, I am still pretty good because I have a tremendous amount of speed and stuff right now. And either way, it's making it easier. Okay, so it's kind of like the timing it would take to use an unenchanted diamond pickaxe to mine obsidian, so slowly getting there. Very slowly. Actually, this might be longer than an unenchanted diamond pick getting obsidian. Okay, I've got a block of gold. So if you're trying to get that enchanted golden apple, if they added that recipe back, or for that matter, you're doing a mod with it, then it could work this way with like full beacon and conduit power, but it would be admittedly slow. I would relegate this to saying I found it and then going off camera, because it would be like a lot of people in their obsidian gathering is going, this is going to take a while back. So it's possibly a good way to handle it. Meanwhile, this stuff still harvests instantly underwater, guaranteed. So that's definitely still a thing, and at this exact point, despite being past pre-release status, the Update Aquatic still didn't have an enchantment glow on your Tridents. Which I really would have appreciated them to have that nice little, just slight little, sprucing up, I guess you could say. Missed you. Because I had to reset that to... Because if you're pulling, you do kind of move a little bit slower. So I had to reset my speed. It's kind of like when people shoot an arrow just to not be pulling it back. Although admittedly it's kind of easier if you really just switch to another item. That's what I usually do with bows myself. I'm still not finding Elder Guardian. I would like to find one, please, before I... Oh, did I drop my... Okay. Some of my slime blocks went straight up. I'll have to check around the tops of the... Okay, there's some there. Yeah, this is going to be taking some getting used to. Yes, very, very much getting used to this. It's going to be the name of the game. Why? Because apparently this is a big change. Not there. Hello? Where's that last one? I had 64 slime blocks, thank you. This is literally what I would have came in with if I was doing this normally and not just jumping through. Okay, I got it. Somehow I picked it up. I'm good. Okay, usually around the outer perimeter is one of the bosses. I just want to do a few things to prove that I can. And that's kind of a sign that something got whacked over here and probably by me. Or is that just a guardian spike? That happens too. Because the thing is, I'd like to take on an Elder Guardian or two, and then maybe, and of course, maybe get to, oh, here we go. Wow, that was a 3-shot on a mini-boss. Ha ha ha. Okay, that has a kick. Now, they are slower than using swords, but I got what I came for. I got a sponge, so if I was retrieving for various purposes, that's totally a win. So, no, Turbo Nom. Definitely what that really is Turbo Nom, because it's still a thing. Is that you can eat the dried kelp faster. Which is ironic because I am underwater, yeah. So how can it still be dry? Of course, that's the logic with any underwater items that you may have, is how is it dry whenever I'm clearly underwater? Oh boy. Didn't mean to do that. Wonk. Combo shot. Oh dear. I'm not getting much thorns damage from them. I think it's because I'm hitting them just the right timing. I got a good firing rhythm. Okay, I think I literally just bumped him so far away he couldn't hit me. Because they only have a certain limited range. It's like a pretty good range, admittedly. Woohoo, backpedal swimming. I think they realize I'm a real threat with this thing. I can two-shot any guardian this way. That is nice. I said that before, but still, two-shot guardians. Hard to emphasize how cool this is. Total whiff. And with this guy so close, that's a bad thing. Definitely like the throwing version. Way more than, like, just meleeing. Because meleeing, I found out, it sometimes doesn't hit right. Like, yeah. The melee aim is a bit tricky, so I'm throwing it point blank because that's the better way. That is not without purpose, folks. It's literally because that is the better way. Okay, that's an Elder Guardian, but the question is how to get to him. Because if I can free this place up, then I can see how fast I can mine underwater without his interference, or their interference, because there's 3 of them. There is in fact 3, and I should also mention that again that there are in fact Shay, so here interference. So technically, okay, that was a good distance shot. I even covered the arc. They do have somewhat of an arc. Although it's definitely a lot better than trying to use a bow underwater, because bows have momentum issues now. And this does not have as much. A little, maybe, but not as much. I mean, it doesn't just cancel out its flight path because it's in water, because that's what it's designed to do, is to be thrown in water. And I've been practicing with these a bit, admittedly, before this, so it helps. Okay, so the curse is just going to be actively maintained until I destroy them all anyhow. Okay, second Elder Guardian. Okay, okay, you cannot fully barrage this guy at point-blank range and bypass his ability to hit you within that time. Sometimes. That may be dependent. I'm not entirely sure, but you just saw as my experience, folks. Okay, now there is a third somewhere, and I know it's higher up, I believe. Because that's kind of the way it is, that there's two in the wings, so to speak, and always one at the top area. They've got that organization. And the classic firing battery routine where they just keep taking turns, or at least somewhat. Certainly fire a lot of them at a time. Hey, point blank range, there's very little chance I'm gonna miss with the classic poke. Oh, that was a good shot. But then I wasn't watching where the closer one was. It was a classic moment. Ooh, you thought you were hiding good enough. You were not. Woo, block. I know your weaknesses. I fought you before. Several times. Give me that fish. I need it. Because I'm going to be very hungry after throwing all these tridents. Oh, classic. Oh, yeah, okay, come on. So far, just maneuvering around seems to be the primary way that I'm going. Of course, you move faster underwater now, so that really helps. Especially if you dash. This method, I can certainly say, you will get enough fish to keep going. Okay. Into the upper reaches. Missed. I see you, or at least your tail. Oh, there's the last elder. Come on. Oh, I thought I was gonna make that look cool by doing it right whenever I got up, but no. I tried. Having the fish raw is a bit different, but I didn't decide to bring a furnace, so fair enough. I think that was 3 overall. In terms of, like, you know, like 3 hits, because I'm pretty sure that was also my 3rd Elder Guardian. It certainly helps with getting your sheer amount of resources from Guardians. How much did I gather? 31 prismarine shards, 17 prismarine crystals, and the blocks I dug through. So, plus I have the block of gold from before, I have the 3 wet sponges. So I'm actually doing pretty good right now, and because I have a conduit set up on the top, if I did this straight up, I would have this place basically conquered without moving the water, which means that I would be able to use this as a personal hunting ground to basically just go out and about and fight guardians all I wanted, because this really makes fighting them so much more efficient. And of course, having mending on this means that I am not going to be running out of durability on this anytime soon, because they give off a decent amount of experience, so yeah. So they'll just keep doing that, and I can just keep using this for a very long time. What was that other thing, Labub? Okay, I'm no longer cursed. That has ran out. So now if I find the treasure again, I'll be able to take it and will not have used a single potion of water breathing, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Because, I mean, that's kind of the reason why I did this, is I was trying to see just how crazy it was to use the new dynamics. And yes, I am going through one block space because I am using that special new swimming, and that's what first person that way looks like. Not quite fast enough. Sometimes you block and sometimes you don't. Might I add, shields are completely useless against guardian beams. So if I was blocking or not wouldn't exactly matter in the regular way. Whip. Hell yeah. Trying to find the treasure room, see if I could do it as a complete sweep. Because I need to find it now. That looks kind of like the formation, but not exactly. Not exactly Jaws. I think I'm on the outer perimeter. Need to get another spot that leads in it. Okay, missed fish. I need those. Thank you. It's good to have fish. Yum, yum, yum. This reminds me of doing so many small morphs. That's what it really feels like, is doing a very tiny morph and going between the blocks. But they, so thanks again, Vanilla, for making us feel like we're playing modded in different ways. In this case, profile. Of course, admittedly, it's also similar whenever you Electra, and you do it just right. So, yeah, that's definitely a good feel. Whoop. You know, I think the premiere, if I remember right, the premiere video at Minecon actually had them raiding an ocean monument with the Trident. So I think that was literally like the first look, was them doing this underwater and going, hey, let's use this cool underwater item to do underwater stuff. So yeah, total Trident. Okay, that's where I was looking for. This is such a good way to do this. Did I just pick you the wrong way? Okay, let's try this again. Safety zone. Right in your face. This is like the absolute optimum spot to do this, and the irony is it really is right at the treasure room, which they are protecting the most. It's like the most protected spot is ironically the easiest to do it. So let's see with full speed. Oh my gosh. Just for comparison, oh my gosh, the speed difference with this whole combo is ridiculous. Oh yeah, and then there's the fact that I've just evacuated the water, so therefore, okay. Okay, so now I literally have everything, and I'm in a completely safe area, and on top of that, there's like no need to worry about losing my breath. So I'm actually very good right now, so yeah, I picked up a bit of a bounty between those things, so Yeah, that's nice. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to do, is raid an ocean monument in the Update Aquatic with full speed. So I can certainly say it's doable if you want to smash your way through the walls and do stuff, but I guess you could say it's better to go semi-traditional and have a conduit set up here first, even if you're not going like full beacon. Reason why is interesting. When it comes to conduits, it is possible to assemble one before you get to an ocean monument. You just need to go through enough of the ruins, because some of the ruin structures do actually have variants of prismarine, and they do count towards making the special arrangement for the conduit. So it would be possible to do this before you even arrived at an ocean monument. It really is. So basically I had nothing here that I could have had in advance of getting to an ocean monument. So sweet. It does work. It's just, again, mining through the blocks isn't as fast as I was hoping for it at full speed, so hit and miss. But it shows what it's like, and shows how much easier it is just using stuff with a really powered up Trident. I mean, this one, seriously, it's pretty powerful. But the thing, well, there's more than one trade-off. For one thing, you can't do sweeps, even though you can do throws. So that's a big trade-off. It's a little bit slower than a sword, so that's another thing. And finally, you may notice there is no looting here. That's because it does not accept the kinds of enchantments a sword does, other than just unbreaking and mending, which is like everything with durability. So otherwise, tridents tend to have very specific enchantments, so you'd have to accept that whenever you go into an ocean monument, is that you'd be basically doing it with its own kind of stuff, and not like typical sword stuff. So if you want extra loot, you definitely want to go with your sword. I didn't use that too terribly much, but I primarily focused on my trident because it really is the most effective way to do things now. But again, one of the trade-offs is if you're trying to do it the easier way with a trident, you will not have access to looting, so you won't be getting as much stuff from the guardians. Note that looting does not affect the amount of sponge you get from an elder guardian, so that mini boss whacking will still be pretty much the same, except that you can apparently 3-shot them here at full enchant. So that's actually pretty impressive. I think that one that went down with about 4 hits probably was me just not having it quite completely drawn back yet, but I'm not sure just how much that affects tridents. I don't think they really go with that rule, so it may have just been a slight random damage variation as far as I can tell. So, I mean, for the most part, you'll be 3-shotting them, and the least hits that you have on them is the best, because every time you hit them, if they have their spikes out, that gives them a chance to deal thorns damage. Darn lips. That gives them a chance to do more damage back. So basically, in this case, the best defense is a good offense, because as fast as you can take them down is best. I know that from experience in more than one way, but it just shows you can do that in vanilla now, and that's pretty cool. You can take in the darn lips again. This is what happens when you've had a long day, so yeah, that and other things, as you probably already know. Anyhow, I guess you could say that kind of summarizes things up. So it was pretty good taking down an ocean monument in this fashion. I really loved it. So thank you, Mojang, for the Update Aquatic. You've made so many things so much cooler, including just doing aquatic raids like this. That has been a lot funner than in the past with things. I just mopped the floor with this place, and I think that's really cool. So thank you. Anyhow, this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody.